Hello! If you're new to Twitch streaming or if you're looking to upgrade your Twitch setup, today I'm going to be sharing with you my Twitch streaming setup and all the gear that I use. So whether you want to do this full time or as a hobby or you want to build your community, this is for you. I've been doing this for 3 years and I recently hit partner, and the other day I was streaming on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube all at the same time with like different angles of my room, and I realized people were interested in seeing like my setup. So this is why I'm doing this. So at the end of this video, you'll have a better idea on everything you need to start streaming. So let's talk about cameras, the most important part of streaming, right? So when I started streaming, I used a webcam. I used the Logitech Brio camera because it was very affordable compared to all the other options out there, and it was very easy to use. And honestly, I feel like if you're starting to stream, this is like all you need. And then after 2 years of streaming, I decided to do an upgrade. So now I'm using the ZV-1 Sony camera, which I'm currently using right now. The reason why I decided to get it is because after streaming for 2 years, I felt like I wanted to improve my quality and look a little bit more professional. So let's talk about microphones next. I started off using a really cheap microphone that I got off Amazon, and it was terrible. Like, so bad, I'm not even gonna mention it to you guys. I made one of the biggest mistakes early on when I was streaming, which was that audio is one of the most important parts of streaming. And because the audio was so bad, a lot of people clicked out of my stream. So then I decided to get the Yeti mic. This is what I have here, and it has 4 different features on how you want to capture your voice, and you can adjust your volume here. So I found that to be really, really nice. However, one thing that I didn't like about it was how bulky it was. I used to put my mic right in front of me, and because of how big it was, it would kind of like block me from getting to my keyboard and typing and like using my mouse. So I didn't like how bulky it was. So then I decided to upgrade to the AT2020 mic, which is what I'm currently using right now. I have it attached to the mic arm, and I find it to be very, very nice that I can move it around wherever I want, like so. One of the downsides about getting an XLR mic like this is that not only do you need to buy this mic, you also need to buy an audio interface box, which is at least $100 more. So that's definitely something you'd want to consider when you're buying your tech gear. I would say out of all of them, the Yeti mic is enough to get started. So let's talk about lighting next. When I first started, I didn't use any lighting whatsoever, and that's okay. I actually feel like natural lighting is probably the best lighting that you can get. So if you're sitting in front of the window, that is enough lighting for you. But now that I've moved into a new place, I don't have my window in front of me, and so I ended up having to get an actual key light. So what I ended up getting was the Elgato ring light, which is what I'm currently using right now. So as you can tell, it is very bright, and I like it a lot because you can adjust the tone of it from warm to cool, and you can adjust the brightness of it. Okay, last but not least, we're not ending this video without talking about the PC specs. So I do want to focus on 2 different kinds of streamers. If you're focused on just chatting as your main content for streaming, I would say the only thing you really need is a phone. You can literally download Prism app, IRL Pro. There's a bunch of apps for you that you can download to just start streaming from your phone and to start just chatting. If you want to do more gaming as your main content, I would say it is so important to invest in a good graphics card. So I have a story for you, which is I played It Takes Two last year on stream, and I was streaming to about like 60 people at that time. And it started getting really laggy when I was playing the game. My entire chat also started complaining about how laggy my stream was, and I spent a whole hour trying to troubleshoot it on stream, which was terrible. So I ended up learning the reason why I had that issue was because my graphics card at that time was not able to handle streaming and playing a hard game at the same time. So what I ended up doing was upgrading to the Zotac Gaming RTX 3060 graphics card, and ever since then, I have not had any issues streaming and playing a hard game at the same time. So I've been streaming things like Fall Guys and GTA 5. And I would stream Valorant, but I'm not very good at shooter games. With that, you should have everything you need to start streaming. If you're new and you are just getting started, out of all the advice I have given in this video so far, it is to just get started. You've probably heard about this before, but like I said, going back to my last advice, you really just need the phone to start streaming. And I definitely do understand that it is scary. Like, I remember being a new streamer and I was so anxious and scared of like just turning on the camera, talking to myself, not streaming to anyone, but you'll get over it. And the best part is now that you have everything you need to start streaming, you can stream whenever you want and build your community. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to comment what else you'd like me to talk about. And I'm very curious where you are in your streaming journey. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.